our side to this narrative.
Coming up on News Live at 6, the latest on New York City Mayor Eric Adams, what charges he's facing straight ahead.
Plus, a promising fiscal report for Micron, why the company is excited for the future.
And the JMA Wireless Dome announcing today what they're calling is a major concert coming to Syracuse. News Live at 6 starts right now.
This is CitrusTV News Live at 6, your campus news leader.
New York City Mayor Eric Adams has been hit with 5 federal charges, and his arraignment is tomorrow. Welcome into News Live at 6 on this Thursday night. I'm Ronnie Parrillo.
And I'm Ilana Epstein. Thanks for joining us tonight. Bribery and wire fraud are among the charges the New York City mayor is facing. A 57-page federal indictment claims Adams has received more than $100,000 in foreign travel benefits and illegal campaign donations from Turkish officials. Adams has previously served as an NYPD officer, state senator, and Brooklyn borough president. Prosecutors say Adams has been participating in illegal activities since he was in office in Brooklyn, but the mayor says he's innocent and will continue to do the job he was elected to do. New York mayor to be criminally charged while still in office.
Moving back to Central New York now, Governor Kathy Hochul visited a Central New York high school earlier today. Alongside her, Micron officials and teachers spoke to their plans for a partnership. Our own Cora Mayor Costa has the latest on plans for the area.
New York is continuing to break new ground with Micron. Governor Kathy Hochul says it's only a matter of time before the Central New York area becomes a tech hub.
So we've created a whole ecosystem with the decision to put forth a $10 billion from the state of New York for our own Green Chips and Science Act as well. So this is how government working with local communities can make a difference, but it's all about the workforce.
The workforce Governor Hochul has in mind are those in the classrooms. Local high schoolers like Megan Canella say they already see the effects of Micron on their curriculum.
I feel like with the chip camps and everything, there's been a lot more of a prioritization on just computers and career readiness even.
Hochul says career readiness is a hallmark of Micron's STEM programs. Behind me is White Pines Commerce Park, also known as the future grounds for the Micron plant here in Clay. Governor Kathy Hochul, alongside Micron, invested a total of $4 million into building the next generation of students to work in the semiconductor industry. Superintendent Matthew Cook told us how groundbreaking these programs are for his students.
And our partnership so far with Micron has been fantastic. They have a corporate ethos that matches a lot of what the work is that we're doing around trying to make sure that all kids have an opportunity to better themselves and to find career advancement.
Micron says they'll bring nearly 50,000 jobs to the area, with construction starting next year. Reporting in Clay, I'm Cora Mayor Costa, Citrus TV News.
Cora, thank you. Micron has released their fourth quarter fiscal results, stating that the company had a profit of $887 million. The results exceeded expectations from Wall Street. Micron Technology President and CEO Sanjay Mehrotra is excited for the company's future, saying we are entering the fiscal 2025 with the best competitive positioning in Micron's history.
All right, a new urgent care center is coming to Central New York. Our reporter Charlie Goldberg has the details on how this clinic will benefit residents in the area. Oh, I'm sorry, we ran into a little difficulty there. We're going to go to weather first before we talk about urgent care. Ilana, we were complaining, about the rain, but I think we got pretty lucky throughout the month of September here in Central New York with the sunshine.
But it's hard to say goodbye to all that warm weather, but we're going to deal with it.
It really is. Our own Jackson Breslin, maybe some sunshine left, Jackson, we'll see.
Yeah, guys, well, to answer Creedence Clearwater Revival's question, yes, I have seen the rain and quite a lot of it recently, but right now temperatures are at 68 degrees and it's cleared up a little bit. There is still some cloud coverage, but at least we've gotten out of the past couple days of rain. Now, around the region, Syracuse is one of the warmer ones at 68 degrees, but if we look west, then Elmira is the warmest at 71, and Rochester is a little bit cooler at 70 degrees. Heading east, Portland and Rome are the coolest at 66 degrees. Now, heading into tonight, temperatures are going to drop down to 61 degrees. It's still going to be cloudy, and it's still going to be pretty humid from all the precipitation that we've been getting, but there's no chance of rain, so if you're going out tonight, you can leave the umbrella at home. That's all I have for now. Ronnie and Ilana, I'll send it back to you.
All right, Jackson, now we can talk about that urgent care center, which is coming to Central New York. Our own Charlie Goldberg has the details on how it will still benefit residents. Charlie?
Thanks, Ronnie. Accompanying their 2 open locations in Liverpool and Cicero, a third Dracos Urgent Care Center is currently under construction in Camillus. This is important because it will provide another option for patients to not pay out of pocket. Some Central New Yorkers have had fewer options for urgent care, which have dropped Excelis Blue Cross Blue Shield insurance, one of them being from Syracuse resident Chuck DeCourcy.
How do you not take somebody's insurance? That's what we work for. That's what we pay $100 and something a week for, is to cover stuff like that. And these scumbags see a way that they can come through and, you know, just charge people cash because they can. Well, you don't want to take my insurance? I don't want to use your service.
Officials involved in this project hope that the new clinic will be open by the end of the calendar year. Ronnie, Ilana?
Thanks, Charlie. Court documents reveal that Carousel Center Company, the pyramid construction entity that owns Destiny USA, has filed a lawsuit on Johnny Rockets in the mall. The company says the restaurant hasn't paid over $140,000 in rent this year. The fast food joint has been one of Destiny USA's longest vendors. It first came to the mall in 1999.
3 upstate New York officials have been freed from ballot fraud charges. It happened just about 2 hours east of here. The trio from Rensselaer County allegedly used their positions to get absentee ballots and use them in the 2021 local elections. Prosecutors also accused the 3 of trying to prevent Democratic candidates from appearing on the Working Families Party line. This comes after a similar case last year in that same county. That was when the commissioner pled guilty to applying for absentee ballots in the names of other voters.
A Central New York man has now been arrested after a road rage incident happened earlier this month. The Onondaga County Sheriff's Office arrested Fulton native William Merrill after he turned himself in yesterday. Court documents say Merrill threatened 2 women and a child who were backing out of their driveway. He also used a racial slur. Officials say Merrill threw a water bottle at the women's car, punched her mirror, and waved a gun out the window. He's now facing several charges, including third-degree criminal possession of a weapon.
A statewide smartphone restrictions for students may be put in place soon. The New York State Teachers Union Board of Directors is suggesting limitations on those personal devices. The union's resolution would endorse a bell-to-bell restriction. That means students would not be allowed to use those devices until they're dismissed at the end of the day, and they'd have to put them away, of course, in the morning. Now, teachers believe establishing this regulation would benefit students by allowing them to more fully participate in their education.
Exciting news today. The JMA Dome held a press conference to announce what they are calling a major concert coming to Syracuse early next year. Here to tell us which popular artists you can expect to take over the Dome is Citrus TV's Mike Lamort. Good evening, Mike.
Hey, good evening, Ilana. Let me tell you, the entire time I trekked to the Dome this morning to cover the conference inside, it was raining. And I was telling myself, please, 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 can it be Sabrina Carpenter as the artist that was announced? It wasn't, but the artist who was announced might be even better. After the longest time, the Piano Man is coming back to the JMA Dome. But this time, he's not coming alone. For the first time together in New York, 2 legends, Billy Joel and Sting, for one night at the Dome, an event that Dome managing director Pete Sala says requires a lot of coordination.
Amount of effort that goes into getting these concerts into the schedule of the Dome. It takes a lot of logistical work from both sides of not only the dome, but athletics.
Sala was joined by a few others to make the announcement, including Syracuse legend Don McPherson, who says he's excited for what's to come.
And Billy Joel, to me, is everything to folks like me from Long Island. And so it is a huge thrill to be a part of an event that's bringing Billy Joel and Sting to Central New York.
And the 315 has been a popular spot for artists to just come and perform in this month alone. We saw Pitbull, Post Malone, and Quavo. And next week, we're going to see Pink in the JMA Dome as she takes over. Now, I know at April 11th is a long ways away, but you can expect tickets to go on pre-sale for that concert starting next week. We're going to start to see many merchandise pop up for this much anticipated concert, just like this one, which was given out during the press conference. Now, I'm going to be at this concert front row. I don't know about you guys. And reporting from outside the JMA Wireless Dome, Mike Lamort, Citrus TV News.
There's about 7 different ways the Secret Service could have secured that building. A 10-year-old looking at that satellite image could have seen that the greatest threat posed to the president that day outside the security perimeter was the AGR building and that roof.
Coming up on News Live at 6, the first day of the Trump assassination hearing on the Hill, what House members identified as one of the reasons for the security failure.
Plus, Career Week at Syracuse University. Find out ways that you can network with future employers.
Jason, let's go see your room.
What do you think? We kept it a little spare, so you can decorate it how you like.
Dinner.
Go. Excellent. Soccer is fun. Yeah, I saw you guys out there. We're the family. Yeah. Oh, I thought you were on my team. Wait.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If you see news happening on campus, in Syracuse, or across the nation, call the Citrus TV newsroom, 315-443-1177, or tweet at Citrus TV News, your campus news leader.
Welcome back to News Live at 6. This week, Career Services hosted a variety of events to get students connected with future employers. Citrus TV's Riley Fay has more on participating in the Career Week action.
All week long, Career Services have hosted events to encourage students to network with potential employers for Career Week.
It's important because that's kind of why we're here. You know, we're putting in the work to study and prepare for our next journey and the next phase of our careers. So we just want you to be as prepared as possible, and networking could actually unveil and help you discover, you know, the next step for you.
When attending networking events, Career Services recommends students research the company, have an updated resume, dress professionally, and prepare a pitch about their goals.
We do have various events all semester long, and the best way for students to find that is in Handshake under events. We have recruiters from all across the country coming here to recruit Syracuse University students from September all the way until May.
Students can find out about more events later in the semester at careerservices.syr.edu.
Don't be afraid to come. I mean, there's a lot of opportunities here. I've met and seen a lot of good people.
Although Career Week is wrapping up, Career Services has plenty of other events for students to network with future employers throughout the rest of the semester. For Citrus TV News, I'm Riley Fay.
In the days leading up to the rally, it was not a single mistake that allowed crooks to outmaneuver one of our country's most elite group of security professionals. There were security failures on multiple fronts.
Today marks the start of the first House Task Force hearing on the Trump assassination attempt in Pennsylvania back in July. Task Force Chairman Representative Mike Kelly emphasized the Secret Service was responsible for the security failures rather than local law enforcement there in Butler.
The task force identified planning failures, open grounds near the rally, and a lack of cohesive command structure as the key factors that led to the security failure. They are also investigating a second assassination attempt on the former president that happened in Florida a couple weeks ago.
Coming up on News Live at 6, we'll have the latest on Hurricane Helene and your full 5-day forecast. Stick with us.
From the Citrus TV Weather Center, this is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
Welcome back. Well, before we get to weather here in central New York, we're going to talk about Hurricane Helene that's strengthened now to a Category 3 storm. Helene is expected to hit Florida's northwestern coast this evening, and the Big Bend, it could strengthen to a Category 4 storm. Now, flash flood warnings are issued along the Gulf Coast into south central Georgia. Helene is predicted to be the 4th largest Gulf Coast hurricane in history.
That's right. The governors of Florida, Georgia, the Carolinas, and Virginia have all declared emergencies. President Biden is sending the head of the Federal Emergency Management Agency to Florida tomorrow to assess the damage. Here's Jackson Breslin with our 5-day forecast.
Thanks, Ronnie, Ilana. Well, we're not in the path of Hurricane Helene, but we have been getting a lot of rain recently. Looking at our 5-day forecast, you can see that it's going to kind of continue. Tomorrow, it's going to be partly cloudy, so we should see the sun for the first time in what feels like forever. The high is 76 degrees, and then as we go into the weekend, we're going to see that gray, gloomy sky once again. 72 on Saturday, 74 on Sunday, and as we head into the week, temperatures are going to go up a little bit, 76 on Monday, and some morning showers on Tuesday. Now, this weekend may not be the best time for it, but the talk all around campus is Syracuse Marriage Pact. So, to commemorate that, I figured I'll give you a couple tips for some first date ideas that you and your match can go on. First off, we have apple picking. Beacon Skiff Orchards is one of the best in the country, so you can always go there. And in that same vein, you can go pumpkin carving, maybe test out your date's artistic abilities. I have absolutely none. You can also go to a farmer's market. I love the environment there. You can get some nice produce or the baked goods, which are always my favorite part. And if you're feeling a little bit more Halloween, you can go to a haunted house or also watch a scary movie. Now you can always, if your partner is scared, you can cuddle up next to them. But Chloe, baseball is great in the fall, so I know that you have a story about some Little Leaguers and some groundbreaking.
Park is home to the Syracuse Challengers, a Little League baseball program for players with special needs. The groundbreaking marks the third phase of the super field that will triple the amount of space players have.
Currently, there are only 2 fields at the Carrier Park, but with the help of donations and city support, the Superfield, a multi-million-dollar project, will add 7 more fields and offer more opportunities for players.
I talked with Jim Sartori, who's been a part of the Syracuse Challenger program for over 20 years when his daughter joined just at 5 years old. Jim has been coaching his daughter for 19 years now, and when I asked him why he wants to volunteer, he says it's an amazing experience. Quote, "Who has more fun, the players or us?" He said his favorite moments are when he gets to watch kids' growth, independence, and friendships blossom through this organization.
The Superfield will be equipped with turf grass, scoreboards, and add an expansion for children and adults to participate in the game. After a donation of $1 million was donated to the Superfield, the town's board agreed to bond $7.5 million. I spoke with Dennis Cleary, president of the Friends of the Town of DeWitt Parks, who gave more insight on the project.
It solidifies our project as being real. Well, now we have credibility because somebody was willing to give us $1 million. We have another family that gave us $500,000. It's starting to happen. So this is going to evolve, and I think once we get a couple more big donations, I think it'll snowball. I really do.
The Superfield can be completed in a year, and with over 260 players on the Syracuse Challengers, the Superfield will bring new hope to a game filled with joy.
We're sitting on top of the hill, basking in the sun, but we still got a long way to go.
The league is free for all players of any ages. If you would like to join the league or donate, go to Syracuse Challengers website for more information. Now that we know about the Little League, Tyler, what's going on in the big leagues?
Well, coming up on sports, both New York baseball teams are in tight playoff races. We'll check in on that after the break. Stick around.
It's not that hard.
My big man fingers are having a problem with these little tiny buttons.
Whoa, watch it there. Your blood pressure's gonna go through the roof.
Tell me about it. I'm trying to learn how to get it down. Instead, it keeps going up.
High blood pressure can increase the risk for heart attack or stroke. Learn how to keep yours at a healthy range.
Ever hear a voice command? Just say text barbershop to 97779.
That's not what I said.
Just give me that. Now my blood pressure's up.
And now, your CitrusTV Sports Report.
As of last weekend, it's officially fall. The leaves are changing. The leaves are changing colors. The air is getting crisper, and Major League Baseball playoffs are just around the corner. Welcome into sports. I'm Tyler Aitken. Let's start in the American League. The Yankees are in the midst of a 3-game series with the Orioles and are just one game away from clinching the AL East. New York squandered its first opportunity back on Tuesday, but it could redeem itself last night. Let's take a look. Now, the Yankees started this game in a pinch. Jason Dominguez out in left field just gets lost in the sauce there. That's a single that lets up 2 runs, and the Yankees fell behind quick after Gunnar Henderson scores the first run. Jordan Westburg scores the second, down 7-1 later on, make it 8-1 after James McCann knocks in that RBI single. But finally, the Yankees get some life in the 9th. Juan Soto with an RBI single. Anthony Rizzo scores. 9-4 the score. The Yankees still down, and Aaron Judge with three straight games with a home run makes it 4, a 3-run bomb in the bottom of the 9th. The Yankees just down 2, but that will actually do it. There was a strikeout later on, and the Yankees fall 9-2 to the Orioles. So let's take a look at a game that might make this a bit more set in stone. But first, we'll talk about the standings right now. The Yankees do have a playoff spot locked up, as well as the Orioles, but the Yankees could fall down into the wild card spot unless they win one of their final 4 games. Looking at the game that they do actually play against the Orioles tonight, that's at 7:05. If the Yankees win that game, they'll clinch the AL East. If they lose it, they still have 3 more opportunities this weekend, but the Yankees just want to get it done. But let's go across town, where the Mets and the Braves are battling for second fiddle in the NL East and are in a crowded National League wildcard race. On Tuesday, Atlanta took down New York 5-1, but what about last night's battle? And oh boy, Truist Park has certainly seen better days. The weather band ahead of Hurricane Helene canceled last night's game and tonight's game. That's going to make finishing out the regular season pretty complicated. But before we talk makeup games, let's check in on the standings. Now, the Mets currently are in playoff position, as well as the Arizona Diamondbacks. The Braves sit 1 game behind those 2. And so it'll be interesting to see who hops in front of the other. But let's take a look, because there's a good chance it'll all come down to the name of the game, the name of that song by the Mamas and the Papas, Monday, doubleheader between New York and Atlanta. Both the Mets and the Braves will play a 3-game series this weekend and then meet again for a doubleheader on Monday. Whoever gets a playoff spot, which could be one or both of them, will have a wild card game on the road on Tuesday. And that is just a tough schedule for whoever comes out of this one alive. That's it for sports. Ronnie, Ilana, back to you.
Tyler, thank you. That definitely is going to be a tough schedule, but it'll be interesting to see who wins.
Absolutely. We will be right back with your wake-up weather on the other side.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back to News Live at 6. Taking a look at your wake-up weather. When you're first getting up, getting going in the morning, it's going to be pretty chilly, 55 degrees. And then when you're first going to class or maybe getting out of your first class, it's going to be a little bit warmer at 63 degrees. And then as you're really going into the day, it'll warm up 70 degrees. As I mentioned earlier, the high is going to be 76. So it is going to be a little bit warm tomorrow, still a little bit cloudy, but you'll be able to enjoy those cooler fall temperatures and enjoy the sunlight while you can, because as I said earlier, this weekend, it's going to get a little bit more cloudy. Ronnie and Ilana, I'll send it back to you.
All right, Jackson, thanks so much. Well, that is Citrus TV News live at 6 for this Thursday evening.
Don't forget, you can follow us on X and Instagram at Citrus TV News. Now, for the entire Citrus TV News team, I'm Ilana Epstein.
And I'm Ronnie Parrillo. If your family's coming up this weekend, enjoy the weekend. I got my two amazing parents here in studio, so enjoy. Have a great night, Syracuse.